If you do a quick search on the Google search engine, checking how much athletes are paid, the figures are bound to get you wondering about the site's authenticity. But that's the thing. Athletes are paid insanely vast amount of money, and this is not limited to a specific sport. It's a general thing. Although skills and sports contracts determine an athlete's pay differences. So, for this episode, we will explore several unbelievably rich athletes on the earth. This ranking is based on their pay from sports and influencing gigs, investments, as well as their total net worth. Which athlete do you think must be on this list? Stick around to find out. But just before we begin, take a few seconds to subscribe to this channel and turn on post notifications for all of our videos. Now, to the top 10 athletes that have sustained their wealth over the years. Number 10. LeBron James. This list kicks off with LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers basketball player. If there is one thing we are sure of, it's that LeBron James wouldn't have made as much money as he did if he had stayed in the movie industry. According to Forbes, the basketball star has a net worth of $480 million. How did he make so much money? As of 2021, it was disclosed that Los Angeles Lakers small forward basketball players earn a yearly wage of $39,219,566. But that's not all. He invests a substantial part of his earnings into real estate, and his most recent real estate purchase is the $37 million Beverly Hills mansion purchase. More so, his 15 fleets of cars and $1 million investment in wristwatches are worth noting. Number 9. Eddie Jordan. Up until his retirement, Edmund Patrick Jordan was one of the most renowned racing drivers, and now he is known as the founder and owner of the Jordan Grand Prix F1 team, and is similarly known as the lead analyst for F1 coverage on the BBC. For someone who had his last racing challenge over a quarter of a century ago, it would surprise you that he found a way to retain his riches somehow, and has a net worth of $600 million. His investment in the racing team isn't all there is. He also has investment in the Scottish soccer club Celtic. Talk about an athlete off the starting line that never left the field. Number 8. Junior Bridgeman. While not every retired athlete finds a break in other industries when they leave sports entertainment, Junior Bridgeman is one of the few that did. He had a break in the business world, but his involvement in this industry predated his retirement. As of the time of making this video, Forbes 2022 ranking places his net worth at a whopping $600 million. His investment was in the 100-plus branches of Wendy & Chili's, which he opened across the United States of America. He sold this venture but began bottling Coca-Cola products in 2017 across the USA and Canada. It can be said that Junior Bridgeman is a model for finding success after leaving professional sports. Number 7. Roger Staubach. How incomplete this list would be without Roger the Dodger. Roger Staubach is a former professional football quarterback, best known as the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys team in the National Football League. One of Roger's principles on the field was never to be caught unguarded with the ball. With life as the ball, he made sure to practice this principle. According to records and facts, the bulk of Roger Staubach's money did not come from his sporting prowess. His money came from his heavy investment in real estate, which he further pumped into motorsports. While you might see others on this list flaunt their riches to the public in flashy cars and unnecessary expenses, the $600 million net worth value of Roger Staubach is not spent on things that the public has a clear eye to. Number 6. Magic Johnson. At number 6 sits another National Basketball Association star player. While in the game, Magic Johnson was known for performing his magic on the court even when the team's spirit was at an all-time low, which makes it unsurprising that he turned on the magic in his life off the basketball court. Although it has been over a decade since he left the Los Angeles Lakers after testing positive for HIV, he has made the world around him work well for him. With a monthly salary of $2 million and an annual salary of $30 million, his total net worth is estimated at $620 million. This comes from his investment in properties worth $10 million, SUVs and trucks, Starbucks franchises, movie theaters, and purchased stocks in professional sports teams. Number 5. Floyd Mayweather. Not many of the athletes on this list are known to spend lavishly, and even those known to spend lavishly do not compare to Floyd Mayweather. He is dubbed Money for this reason alone. How does he have so much money to fund this expensive lifestyle? He has remained one of the highest paid boxers. In fact, in a match against Logan Paul, he earned $1.5 per punch, which accrued to a whopping $65 million from one match. In total, he claims he has won $1.2 billion from all of his fights, while Forbes places the fight income at $1 billion. While there are disputed figures for his fight money, his net worth is $700 million. Number 4. Tiger Woods. For years, Tiger Woods was one of the highest paid athletes amongst the likes of Floyd Mayweather, Phil Mickelson, and Kobe Bryant. He was known as the highest paid pro golfer in history during the prime of his career. By the end of his golfing career, it was said that Tiger Woods had received a total of $121 million as prize money from tournaments. Tiger Woods owns several properties worth well over $5 million, the most intriguing of them being the entire island he bought in Sweden. With Tiger Woods, we begin the list of over $1 billion, with his net worth right at that benchmark. Number 3. Tiriac. Leaving tennis way back in 1970, the famed tennis prodigy began to monitor and coach other players like Guillermo Vilas and Boris Becker into the fine players they became. But he didn't limit himself to the tennis sport after he retired from active involvement. He placed his interest in real estate, auto services, and financial services. This is where he got his massive break from, and how he now sits at number 3 on this list. Tiriac boasts of a $1.9 billion net worth. How he has managed to keep his finances afloat despite being far removed from the sport he loved should be studied. Number 2. Michael Jordan. It is not far-fetched to say that every emerging basketball player has Michael Jordan as one of the top influences in their basketball careers. He is, without a doubt, NBA's greatest all-time player, with 6 titles with the Chicago Bulls. During his years of basketball playing, his earnings totaled $90 million, which is aside from the $1.8 billion he earned from his involvement with business partners like Nike, Hanes, and Gatorade. Michael Jordan's $2.2 billion net worth presents him as the greatest basketballer to have existed and the richest at the time of making this video. Number 1. Vince McMahan. At number 1, we have a net worth of $2.5 billion. But where does a former wrestling star stack up so much money from? It would interest you to know that he began this sporadic change of the North Carolina wrestling sport 10 years after he joined, transforming it into a global operation. Now, Vince McMahan is the CEO of the World Wrestling Entertainment Company, with an annual output of almost $1 billion. This has to be the most significant and most profitable investment of an athlete on this list. The good thing is that he not only racks up his cash, but he at the same time also allows other emerging wrestlers to do the same. With the CEO of the world's most prominent wrestling company, we round up our top 10 unbelievably rich athletes on planet Earth. Which athlete were you expecting on this list that didn't make it? How else would you have ranked these all-time proficient stars? Do give us your feedback in the comment section.